Hey everybody, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. I am Jess and welcome to the Womb Room. This is our wonderful Thursday prenatal class, prenatal yoga class specifically. And I'm Jess. I am a yoga therapist and a doula. I specialize in working with people through all stages of their reproductive health journey, from periods and just trying to have a better period to trying to conceive, all the way through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. I love working with all of you. It's been so much fun just being a part of the Womb Room. I actually live in Tacoma Park, so just outside of Washington, D.C. So I'm a little bit far from Baltimore, but I grew up in Towson. So that's how I got into working with all of you. Awesome. We have another person coming on in. And as we get started, I always love to, chat with you guys for a moment as everybody's coming into the space. Welcome, Ariel. We're going to do like a little intro. So you're welcome to stay silent. You don't have to say anything at all. But if you want to introduce yourself, to say your name, how many weeks pregnant you are, and maybe what you want to get out of today's class. Why did you come today? What do you need from this class? Yeah, and feel free to pop in anytime.
So I'm Lauren. I am 30 weeks tomorrow, and it's been a while since I've been able to make the class due to just different things. So I'm really excited to be back again.
I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I didn't realize you were already in your third trimester.
I know. It came on suddenly. I'm like, whoa, here we are.
I feel like that's how it usually is. And then suddenly, like, you have another baby or your first baby. You're like, whoa, what was life before baby? I don't even know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Chloe. This is my second class. I'm 40 plus 4. So hoping maybe this class can get me into labor. That'd be nice.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? We'll see what we can do, but
Yeah,
best things to do are just relax as much as possible, which is hard to do when you are, I'm assuming, quite uncomfortable.
It's not too bad. I don't have any pains and discomfort. It's just I don't want to be induced, so I'm hoping she'll come naturally.
Yeah. I have lots of thoughts about it. I'll leave it alone. It is your choice. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share your name, how pregnant you are, how many weeks, and what you want or need from today's class?
Hi, I'm Ty. This is my first class. I am 36 weeks today, and I'm really just looking to stretch. I have some pelvic pain, so just trying to stretch it out a little bit, and some relaxation.
Nice. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Erica, also looking for that relaxation piece. I'm 16 weeks and I've just had a lot of anxiety and trouble sleeping. And yeah, this is my third class. So I know that I'm in for some help already because the first two have certainly been soothing and helpful.
Well, I'm glad you're back, Erica. It's good to see your face. Anybody else want to share?
I'm Ariel. I'm 34 weeks and definitely been doing this class off and on for a few months, and definitely like the relaxation, stress release kind of part of it is what really helping me. So that's nice.
Nice. I'm glad it's been able to be that for you. I'm glad you're here. Anybody else want to share? No pressure. All right. And for those of you who I haven't introduced myself to yet, we haven't met, I'm Jess, and I'm really glad you're here. I'm a yoga therapist, and I specialize in working with pregnant people, people who have periods, and postpartum people, all throughout the reproductive wellness, the iterations of our reproductive wellness, right? So for this class, I always like to get started laying on our left side. So go ahead and get into your space wherever you're going to be practicing tonight and start to lay down on your left side. If you want to take a pillow between your knees or between your thighs, you can do that. You can also take a pillow under your head. If you find that you feel like your belly is really heavy, because we've got a lot of people in later stages of pregnancy, if you feel like your belly is really heavy, you can go ahead and put a pillow under your belly or a folded blanket under your belly, and that might help to give you a little bit more support. And just kind of explore different places to put the blankets, the pillows, different ways to support yourself in this new and truly ever-changing body that you are, that you have. Okay. Class. Oh, somebody else came in. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. We're getting started laying on our left side.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah, sure. I'm spotlighted now, so you all should be able to see me. Nice. All right, so laying on your left side, and you might take a pillow between your knees or under your head or even something under your belly if that feels supportive for you, especially if you are later in your pregnancy, that can feel really supportive. Just taking a few moments to connect here. You can put your right hand wherever feels good. It might feel good to put your right hand on baby. It might feel good to let your hand and arm come down. Wherever it is, just let it feel good. We live in a society that often values what we can produce and how productive we can be, values money over who we are and taking care of ourselves. And so in a world like this, it can be truly revolutionary to experience pleasure. So as we move through class today, I invite you to let it feel good. And you may have heard me say that in other classes, just let it feel good. Do what feels good. And so through this class, I invite you to embrace pleasure in this way that anything can be pleasurable. And explore a sense of joy or satisfaction or ease that you find in doing something just because it feels good. Connecting to a place that feels good right now. Something in your body that feels comfortable, easeful, pleasurable. For me, it is the gentle weight and heat from my right hand on my womb space. That feels pleasurable to me. So maybe it's something similar for you. Maybe it's the fact that you are laying down after a long day. Finding something that feels good in your body right now. And it's okay if you can't quite find something or you're not sure where to start. That's okay. It's a practice. On your next breath in, you'll start to reach your right arm directly in front of you. And take a really languid, easeful circle with your right arm. And when your right arm comes behind you, turn your chest up to the ceiling for a very gentle twist. Belly is soft the whole time. And then bringing your right hand back in front, taking these really fluid, lazy half circles, thinking less about form and more about what feels good. Noticing what it feels like if you're dragging your fingers on the floor, noticing that sensation, noticing maybe the sensation in your right shoulder as it moves. One more breath out. Landing back in the fetal position for just a moment. And as you're ready, you'll slowly roll onto your back just for a moment, don't worry. And on your back, we're gonna lift up to a bridge pose. So feet ground down, press into your feet and lift your hips. Think about everything in your front body getting really long here, as if your knees are trying to pull in front of you. Taking one more breath here. A breath out. Slowly, slowly lower your hips. And you'll roll over to your right side. I'm going to flip all the way around so that I can see you, but it's okay if you're facing away from the screen or away from your camera. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did on the other side, so it's nothing new or unfamiliar. We've all been here before. So letting your left hand connect to your belly or letting your left arm rest on the floor, whatever feels good. Whatever feels comfortable, pleasurable, accessible for you. Just take a few minutes, a few moments actually, to just connect inward here. Connect to a feeling of pleasure you're experiencing in your body right now. And as you're ready, you'll slowly reach your left arm out in front and lazily make that big circle overhead, opening to a little twist behind you. And then circling back. Taking a few more. Letting it be easeful, lazy, simple. And then gently rolling back and slowly pressing yourself all the way up to a comfortable seat, adjusting your clothes if you need to. And you'll take one or both of your pillows and you'll take them under your seat so that you have a nice little lift in your seat. And this should feel good. It should feel like your spine is a little taller, a little steadier. Just go ahead and gently roll your shoulders. Just kind of sweeping them around, or maybe you do both at the same time. Give your head a little roll. Big sigh. Good. I'm going to remove this because it's kind of driving me crazy. And you'll go ahead and take your left hand by your left side and start to push the floor away from you. Let your shoulder kind of come away from your ear. And it's okay if you're leaning a little to the side like I am. Reach your right arm out to the right side. And as you breathe in, reach your right arm up
Yeah, I think she got kicked off.
It probably got disconnected or something.
So who's the most experienced in the yoga class? Who's going to take over?
I'm so sorry, everybody. My son unplugged the router. So, okay, here we go. I'm on my phone right now. Let me switch it to the Am I back? Is it working? Is it working?
Looks like it's good now.
My son is like, he's 11. He's no, you're not supposed to be back there. And then it went out. I don't see me anymore. Oh, there we go. Am I back? I'm so sorry. This is weird. All right. I'm going to leave it connected to my phone's hotspot because who knows what's happening down there. All right. We're sitting down. We're doing some side body stretches. All right. So let's find our bodies again. Left hand is connected to the floor, breathing in, right arm reaches up and over, big side body stretch. And then you'll reach your chest up, reach your right arm back, find that sense of length you found before, and then bowing right over your left thigh, let your head relax. And we'll do 2 more of those, breathing in, big reach, big stretch. And then exhale, bow over your right thigh. I'm sorry, your left thigh. Just 1 more like that, breathing in, reaching up. And then exhale, bowing over left leg. This time, breathing in, reach both arms up, take a big stretch, scoop your hands behind the back of your head, drop your shoulders down, wide elbows, and lift your chin. Big, wide openness in your throat and your chest. And then gently coming back to center, ground your right palm, lift your left arm, big side body stretch, big arc here. And then exhale to stay. Keep a little curve in your spine to the side. And then on your next breath in, reach your chest up, left arm back, big stretch. And then bow your belly over your right thigh, left arm forward. Couple more of these, breathing in, big stretch open. And then exhale, bow belly over thigh. 2 more, finding your rhythm, letting this feel good to you. Allowing it to be kind of easeful, fluid, graceful. And then the next time you reach all the way up, lift both arms, take a big arc in your spine. And as you exhale, draw your elbows towards your waist. Feel this kind of engagement in your armpits and in your middle back. 2 more like that. Breathing in, big sweep up. Exhale, find that bend in your elbows and drawing in. You should feel a little squeeze in your armpit. Take 1 more. Big exhale. Good, and shake out your shoulders a little bit. Nice. We'll make our way to hands and knees. Go ahead and find your way there. If being on your wrists is uncomfortable at all, that's actually pretty normal in pregnancy and postpartum too. You can come onto your knuckles. So like you make a fist, but with your thumb outside, and your knuckles are on the ground like that. You can also come down to your elbows. If your knees are sensitive, put a blanket under them. From here, just start to take some circles like you're hovering in the air over something. Just circling, nice big arcs. You can always widen your knees a little more if you need to make more space for baby. Good, and then going the other direction. Good. Gently circling steadily back to the middle. Wide fingers coming right back to the center. Start to kind of hug your baby up and lengthen your spine top to bottom, side to side. Tuck your toes and you'll start to slide your right foot all the way back. Feel your right glute engage and push the floor away from you with your hands and your left knee. Slowly, super slowly, your right leg, just so that it's about parallel to the floor. Pausing there for a moment. Pausing there. Taking another breath in, getting nice and long. A breath out. And on your next breath in, you'll start to bend your right leg just so that your toes point up. Keep your thigh exactly where it is. Take a breath in here, a breath out. Start to turn your right knee out to the side, your right toes in, and then bring your right knee to your elbow. They don't have to touch. Down and then up. So you're making these big circles with your right knee. And as you do this, see if everything else can stay really steady and focus your effort on just moving your right knee. We'll break this alignment, this structure in just a moment. But right now, keep really steady. Go the other direction. Keep pressing into both hands. Good, and the next round, you'll just start to open, kind of articulate your body, make it a little exaggerated, taking big circles here, almost like your right leg is swimming underwater. And then go the other way. Big circles, dramatic, intense maybe. Good. And then bring your right knee towards your right wrist and turn your right foot a little bit to the left. We're going to find a pigeon pose. Left leg walks back a little bit. And you can rock your hips a little side to side. Maybe you keep your chest lifted, or maybe you start to lower your elbows down. Find what feels good here. You don't have to do this if it doesn't feel good. I invite you to stay in tabletop or come down to child's pose. We're going to stay for just about 3 more breaths in pigeon, or if you choose something else in the other posture you chose. Finding what feels good here. Letting it feel good, whatever it is that you choose. 1 more breath. Breath out. And you'll walk your hands back to the earth. You'll start to come back to your tabletop and just take a couple wiggles, a couple shifts. And we'll do the other side. Wide fingers, press your hands down, feel your chest get buoyant. Hug baby up to your heart so you have a long, steady spine. And you'll start to slide your left toes back this time. Imagine you're squeezing something between your upper inner thighs, and then start to lift your left leg parallel to the floor. Keep your left thigh just where it is, but bend your knees so that your toes point up. Take a breath in, a breath out. And you'll start to turn your left knee to the side, left toes in, and take those big circles, keeping everything else really still. So not moving your right hip, not moving your spine, letting this be challenging, right? And then going the other direction, staying in this form, in this alignment, and we'll break it in a second and do those more luxurious, dramatic, broad circles. Good. And then you'll break that form, kind of swimming your leg around, letting it be wild. You can also move your hands in a different way. Good. And then switch directions. It can feel really good to break those structures that we create, you know, of perfection. It can feel good to break outside of those. Nice. And when you're ready, you're going to slide your left knee forward, left foot a little bit to the right, and then guide your right leg back, coming to your pigeon pose on this side. You can stay lifted. You can rock side to side. You can bring your elbows down, or you can find a child's pose or another pose that feels good for you if this isn't feeling right. Again, let it feel good. Let it feel pleasurable. That's what we're working on today. One more breath here. Breath out. You'll press your hands down. And you'll gently find your way to one more tabletop. We'll make our way to a downward facing dog as you're ready. Tucking your toes, lifting your tailbone up and back, bending one knee and then the other, shifting your hips side to side. If you want, you can start playing with lifting one leg. Just knowing that if you feel off balance, you don't have to do this. This is just if it feels good, right? The whole point of today's practice, the whole theme that we're working on is pleasure, is enjoyment for the sake of enjoying it. One more breath, a breath out. And you'll walk hands and feet towards each other. If you're experiencing any blood pressure stuff, indigestion, heartburn, or any other issue or discomfort with your head down, come up halfway. Give yourself a break. Totally fine. 2 more breaths wherever you are. But wherever you are, let your head relax a little bit. Let your knees soften a little bit. Last breath here. Breath out. Super slow. You'll come up to standing. No rush here. No rush. Nice. Hands to hips and just circling your hips around. Good. Go the other direction. Yeah, take up some space. And settling right back in the middle, stepping to the top of your mat. This is the top of my mat for this round. If you need to take a sip of water, go ahead. I know I do. All this talking. All right, at the top of your mat, let your feet come hips width distance apart so you have a really steady base. You'll start to bend your knees and reach your butt back so that your knees are somewhat above your ankles. So rather than this, think butt back. Hug baby up to heart, feel that steadiness there. And begin to put more weight in your right foot, starting to lean a little bit to the right. And just lift the heel of your left foot. So you're balancing on left tippy toes and right foot. You can stay here like this, or maybe you start to stand up and bring your left knee with you. Pausing for a moment, finding balance. Take a breath in, a breath out. And you'll slowly start to reach your left foot all the way back, connecting it to the floor. High lunge legs. If you're feeling a little wobbly, spread your feet apart widthwise so that there's like space this way. Bending your right knee forward, left knee is high, left heel is high. And start to lean forward a little bit so that you're making this kind of diagonal shape from the top of your head through to your heel. Take a breath here, a breath out. You'll start to release your arms down and by your side and breathe in, reach them up, start to lift your chest, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, sweep them down a little fast like this. And then exhale. So breathing in, breathing out. Couple more. Last one. One more. Staying lifted on the breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull them into your waist. Breath in, reach up. Exhale, elbows into waist and bend your left knee. 2 more like that. One more. Breath in, reach up, get really big, straighten your right knee and open up to warrior 2. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Rebending your right knee. Relax your shoulders. If they're still up high, just bend your elbows. You don't have to have your arms straight. Feel your feet. Take a pause. Find this steadiness, this stillness. One more breath here. Breath out. Breathing in, straightening your right leg, reach your right arm up and over, big side body bend. And then exhale, triangle, right arm connects to right leg, left arm high. Press down through your feet, get a little longer. Take a breath in, a breath out, and start to take wide circles with your left arm. Big sweeping circles. Just letting it feel really good here. Letting it feel lazy and easy like the first little twist we did. And then go the other way. Yeah. On your next turn, you'll start to lift yourself all the way up. Turn your right toes to be parallel to your left. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. You'll start to lean forward. You don't have to be parallel to the floor. You can be a little higher. The closer to the floor you get, the harder it becomes, what we're gonna do. So find what feels right for you. Relax your shoulders. You'll start to bend your left knee, reaching your butt back, and then press into the left foot, coming to center, and then right knee. And then press up to center. And I'm gonna show you what this looks like from the side so that you can get a better idea of what your body is doing. So I'm leaning forward and bending in one knee. See how my butt's back? And then up. So instead of like this, think butt back. So a lot of times we think when we have discomfort and pain in our bodies during pregnancy that we need to stretch. But actually, usually those bits of discomfort and pain and achiness are from over instability or over flexibility that our bodies have during pregnancy as we prepare for birth. So our bodies want to be ready for birth by being really flexible in our connective tissues. And that can lead to some aches and pains. So building up muscular strength can be a really wonderful antidote. Couple more, I know your legs are probably a little tired. Seeing if you can find pleasure in this really challenging thing. And if it's not challenging, press a little harder into your feet. And go a little slower maybe. Good, one more breath. Breath out. And then you'll slowly take a forward fold. Let your heels come out a little bit, knees bend a little bit, and shake your head. Letting your upper body hang down. And again, if you're feeling like being head below heart isn't working for you, come up halfway. Find a bend here, just like this. 3 more breaths, just letting it feel good. Last breath here. A breath out. And you'll slowly start to lift about halfway. Turn your right toes forward. Walk your hands inside your right foot and bend your right knee. As you're ready, you'll walk your hands up your right leg. Right elbow connects to your right thigh. Left arm starts to reach up. This is called side angle pose. Getting nice and long through your left side. Take another breath in, a breath out, and then lift all the way up, warrior two. We've been here before, right? A breath in and a breath out. You'll start to turn your chest back to the front, lift your left heel, and if you're like me, you might want to move your left foot out to the side a bit. Good. Bring your hands to your heart, pause for a moment, and then lean forward when you're ready. We're going to find our way to standing, balancing on our right foot. So you're gently going to either launch up with one big jump, or maybe take a couple steps with your left foot, and then bring your left knee up high. I'm going to scoot away from this wall a little bit. So with your left knee high, take a moment to pause. Upper inner thighs draw together like they're magnetized. And you'll start to cross your left knee over your right knee and bend both knees. Squeeze your inner thighs together. This is called eagle pose. A great way to do this if you're feeling a little wobbly is to, I'm feeling a little wobbly, touch your left toes down. Take a moment to connect your legs, however feels right for you, either hovering or connected to the floor. And just take one more breath. Breath out. And you'll slowly lift back up and drop your left knee down, hands to your hips, big hip circles here. Just taking your time. My little guy is not happy tonight. You'll make your way all the way up to the top of your mat. This is going to be the top of my mat this time so that when we open up to warrior two, I can stay facing you. So find the front of your mat wherever you are. Feet are hips width distance apart, knees bend, coming back into your chair pose. We've been here before, relax your shoulders. Start to put more of your weight into your left foot and your right heel lifts, just the heel. And again, you can stay here just like this, or maybe you start to lift, right knee coming up. Upper inner thighs squeeze together, create that stability and balance for yourself. And from there, slowly, gently, fluidly reach your right foot back and step into your high lunge. Taking a pause, readjusting your feet, and let this strength of your body feel really good. Sometimes we think of things that are challenging or strong as things that might not be pleasurable, but there is definitely an enjoyment in feeling strong and steady, right? On your next breath in, reach your arms up, lift your chest, big opening, and then we'll take a big exhale, sweep your arms. Breath in, breath out. One more. Big exhale. This time breathe in, reach all the way up, big lift. Exhale, bend your elbows into your waist. Breath in, reaching up. Next time you bend your elbows to waist, also bend your right knee. Two more, breathing in, breathing out. One more. Yeah, breath in, reaching up. And you'll super slow open warrior two. Find your legs, find your steadiness. Again, you can always bend your elbows. Let it feel good. Let it feel spacious across your chest. Legs are steady, strong. Relishing in all the strength that you have right now. On your next breath in, straightening your left leg, left arm reaches high, big side body bend. And then exhale, windmill your arms down, connecting left hand to left leg. Right arm is high, getting really long here. You'll start to take big circles with your right arm. Let this feel good and fluid and languid and easeful. And then go the other direction. And then slowly you'll lift all the way back up. Left toes come parallel to right. Hands to heart and lean forward a little. Same little lunges we did on the other side, but we'll start with the right this time. Bend your right knee. Again, think butt back and then lift. And if you find yourself going fast and it doesn't feel very challenging, I want you to either bend forward more or press more through your feet or go slower. One of those things should help you feel the challenge of this, the warmth that's building in your outer hips, the warmth that's building in your inner thighs, and the strength that you have here. You know, a lot of people talk about how painful birth is, and it is. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not. But it's also really a powerful event. It's about powerful physical and if you have a spiritual practice, spiritual event as well. But the physical part, it requires a type of endurance. So allowing yourself to be challenged here, to let it be tough and to let it feel good in that challenge, right? To know that you are capable. Good. One more to the left side. Coming all the way back up to center, big reach, big stretch, lift your heart, and take a big sigh as you fold forward. Shake out your hips, your shoulders. Take a sigh. Couple more breaths here. You'll slowly turn your left toes to the left. Walk your hands inside your left foot. Lift your right heel and bend your left knee. And you'll open up to a side angle. Left arm to your left thigh, right arm up, and right heel grounded down. I think I said lift your right heel. Sorry about that. It was a miscue. Take a big breath here. A breath out. You'll slowly lift all the way up, warrior two. Relax your shoulders. And we'll spin, rotate to high lunge. Right foot kind of lifts out to the side a little bit. Right heel is high, hands to heart, lean forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, strong belly, strong inner thighs. You can lift your right knee all the way up to standing, or maybe you hop forward a couple times. We're gonna take an eagle pose. So I'm gonna come away from the wall. Your right leg starts to cross over left. Left knee bends, inner thighs draw towards each other. Relax your shoulders. Take a couple moments here. You can always connect your right toes down if that feels good. Feel your heartbeat, your breath, your baby, if they're moving around. On your next breath in, big lift, big stretch, big opening, hands to opposite elbows, and just take a couple little bends, a little shift. Let it feel good. Big sigh. Shake out your arms. Nice. We're gonna make our way all the way to our seats. If you need a water, if you need anything, go ahead and grab it. We're gonna come all the way down to our bottoms. Take your time getting there, sitting on a pillow or two so that your knees aren't up like this, but you've got a little bit of space. Perfect. And just roll your shoulders a little bit. We're gonna do some stretches. So I'm actually gonna turn to the side so I can show you the stretches a little bit better. Your right heel stays in toward you and extend your left leg out and a little bit to the side. So when we fold forward, there's room for baby right here. Take a breath in, getting nice and long and tall. And as you exhale, folding forward just inside your left leg. You can keep your hands connected to the floor, or maybe you're wanting to connect your elbows, or even take something under your elbows or under your hands for a bit of extra lift and support. Wherever you decide to go with this, just let it feel good. Just let it be pleasurable. Let this stretch feel like a big sigh on the inside of your body. One more breath. A breath out. And we'll slowly walk your hands back. Give your shoulders a nice little roll. And we'll switch sides, extending your right leg and draw your left foot in toward your groin. If you need a prop here, go ahead and bring it. Take a breath in, getting nice and tall. And then as you exhale, folding forward. Again, just letting it feel good. Letting this feel restorative and rejuvenating. Letting the stretch feel like a big sigh. One more breath. The breath out. You'll slowly walk your hands back. Coming up to seated. Very nice. We're going to find our way to final relaxation. So you are welcome. I was looking for my book for a quote for at the end. Finding a comfortable position. So whatever that means for you right now, if you want to lay on your back, on your side, if you want to lay on your couch, on your bed, we're going to have a few moments of quietude and of meditation. And then I'll close with a quote, and that's it. I hope you all can stay for the meditation. It's the best part, in my opinion, this beautiful rest after movement. It's the most pleasurable part. So get cozy. Take a sigh. Take any shifts or gentle movements that would feel a little bit better, that would make you feel 5 or 10% more comfortable. Taking a big sigh. Closing your eyes if that feels good. Starting to widen your breaths. Bringing in a little more air with each breath in, and a slower exhale. Taking any shifts, movements, adjustments with your body that would feel good for you right now. Stretching and slowly shifting yourself up to a comfortable seat. Taking your time, no rush. My little boy is tired. I think you all can hear him probably. I'm going to end with a quote from Women Who Run with the Wolves. This is like a holy book. The sacred and the sensual live very near one another in the psyche. They are all brought to attention through a sense of wonder, not from intellectualizing, but through experiencing something through the physical pathways of the body, something that is meant for the moment or forever. Whether it's a kiss, a vision, a belly laugh, or whatever, it changes us, shakes us out, takes us to a pinnacle, smooths out our lines, gives us a dance step, a whistle, a true burst of life. I invite you all to find pleasure in whatever it is that you're doing, mundane, challenging, things that you are doing explicitly for pleasure or otherwise. I invite you to find that today, tomorrow, forever. And that's it. I hope you have a beautiful night. Hope you rest. I hope you go into labor, Chloe. And that's it.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Good luck, Chloe. Hope I
Thank
don't see
you.
you next week.
Yes, I teach middle school, and I want you to know, like, my son was like that all of last year when I was teaching from home. It's always something with them.
So hard. It's really hard for me too because I'm still breastfeeding, so like my nipples are like twinging.
Yeah, I was like, he was a little bit over a year when the pandemic started. You should know.
Yeah. God, what a weird time.